Well, I think lawmakers in the House were a little tougher on Zuckerberg than senators were yesterday. They grilled him on privacy issues, censorship, Russian interference in the 2016 election. But the big question is, what, if anything, should Washington do to protect people's privacy online?
So even if someone isn't logged in.
Day 2 of testimony once again started with an apology.
I'm sorry.
Mark Zuckerberg told lawmakers he takes responsibility for the Cambridge Analytica privacy scandal. Facebook says the data firm accessed about 87 million users' information, including Zuckerberg's.
I started Facebook, I run it, and at the end of the day, I'm responsible for what happens here.
But some lawmakers worry Facebook can no longer be trusted to police itself.
Who's going to protect us from Facebook?
Michigan Congressman Fred Upton asked Zuckerberg what rules he would like to see and how new regulations could impact tech startups.
More regulatory environment might ultimately stifle new platforms and innovators.
I think a lot of times regulation, by definition, puts in place rules that a company that is larger, that has resources like ours, can easily comply with, but that might be more difficult for a smaller startup.
Ohio Congressman Bill Johnson said Facebook would not have become what it is today had there been too much government regulation.
You and Facebook have revolutionized the way Americans, in fact, the world, communicate.
I think that it is inevitable that there will need to be some regulation.
Zuckerberg told lawmakers he'd work with them to develop regulations to protect Americans' privacy. This is not the end of this Facebook conversation here on the Hill. Some lawmakers have proposed legislation that would deal with social media privacy policies. Several said they would call on leadership to come up with further hearings about the Cambridge Analytica issue and other similar privacy issues. So, of course, we'll keep you updated as this story develops here in D.C. Live in Washington, I'm Jessica Smith.